you know the last couple of weeks have been interesting. I kind of didn't think I'd get this far. But thank you for everyone who's made this a good experience, because it certainly hasn't been. Getting another phone call from the coroner today, just to see what's happening. Because of the doctor's strike, they're still waiting on certain surgeons' reports that they haven't got yet, which sucks. It means everything is delayed. But they're also considering doing an autopsy, depending on what the last few surgeon reports say. But they can't get those because those surgeons are overworked, because the junior doctors are on strike, so they're kind of filling in for them. So it just pushes everything back. Anyway, hello, day 17. Today I am just going to be walking into town. I'm going to buy a couple of bits at Aldi's, and I have a letter to post. Boring day, really. But on the bright side, the weather is nice. It's 15 degrees out. So, yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. I was having a look through some of our old photos last night, because you got to. And, while sorting out some trinkety bits. And I found tickets to a performance that we went to. We went to see the Producers. It was my sister's birthday, and you know, other family said, "Oh, can we come too?" So I bought a bunch of tickets, and we all just went to watch the Producers. And sort of like Natasha was saying, how great it would be to actually see all my sisters again. And we were talking years back, and it was a good show. I really enjoyed it. I can't believe, you know, I don't think I've actually got any pictures of that day though, but I found the tickets. It was sort of like a nice memento. And then I remembered that we managed to get quite a good deal on the tickets. And then my sisters were going to pay back. And Tasha just went, well, why don't you just take a tenner off? So, yeah, just take a tenner off. Just don't tell them it's that much, because it's better for them and it's going to be nice to see them. So like, oh, okay. So, because you did like my sisters. As time went on, you know, it got harder to see them, because, you know, we ended up just moving apart. Because when we all lived in Rochester, it was fine. There was one New Year's, I went. Tash was at home, I can't remember why, but I went to see my sisters, and then I just walked home, because it wasn't that far. But then as time moved on, I had older sister moved to London, and then, you know, youngest sister ended up in Worthing, middle sister, actually I'm not sure where she lives at the moment. Naomi, just write it down somewhere. I don't have your address. And then Mum moved up to Grantham, and then eventually to Wales. And I moved to Suffolk. So we don't actually get to see family as much as we could do. Which is a shame. Because Natasha always said, get in touch with your sisters and meet up with them. But as she got worse, it just got increasingly difficult, which I do always regret. She did take her theatre very seriously. I remember we ended up watching Peter Pan Goes Wrong. If you've ever seen it, occasionally it's on BBC iPlayer. It's done by these people called Mischief Theatre. They originally did The Play That Goes Wrong, and they just branched out into like all sorts. Peter Pan Goes Wrong, and The Nativity Goes Wrong, Scrooge Goes Wrong, or Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, sorry. And then they did 2 series for the BBC actually called The Goes Wrong Show, which is on iPlayer. I suggest every single person watch it. But because Natasha was so serious when it came to theatre, I'm not saying she didn't get the humour, but it was quite funny watching her reaction. You know, silly things like people not getting their lines right, or props breaking, or beds falling apart. I should be like, well, why did they do that? Why don't they just redo it? It's all like, no, the point is it's called the Goes Wrong show. You know, or, you know, the show that goes wrong. It's meant to go wrong. But why? You wouldn't do that in a theatre. You'd make it right. You'd try it again. It's like, no, you're missing the point. And she just did not find it funny. Everyone else I know absolutely laughs themselves into fits. But it was so funny watching Tasha's reaction, which was even funnier, because she'd sit there and just go, but why? That's not, I don't get it. There was one, it was the Lodge. Yeah, on iPlayer. The Lodge. There's one bit where they're supposed to break into the kitchen, but the door's broken, so they can't actually get into the kitchen. And she'd just be sort of like, it's a, you know, obviously it's a proper show, because that kitchen is, you know, it's fully made up. It's dressed like it's meant to be used, and obviously they've broken the door, so no one checked that. So that's the point. That's why it's funny, because there's a correct show behind it, but so many tiny little things start to go wrong that, you know, it's just it's funny. Good sense of humour. I think she did get it, but I think she was playing on it, but it was a good laugh. It's getting a bit cloudy, but still warm. I can say I wish we did more together, but I think we did enough. And then eventually you get married, you have children, and suddenly all your attention is diverted. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because they're awesome. I think there are sheep over there. Not sure what gives it away. All done. On the way back home now. Popped to the post box, got my bag full of shopping. I just made a little list. See, I'm getting used to this. I got my list and it just helps things get easier. So like there, I've got my shopping list. There's the bits I gotta get. I need to go back and get some dishwasher cleaner because they didn't have any in Aldi. But then everything else is all like walk, make video, post office stamps, and